China's biggest cities are now cashless, not by choice, but by force. ATMs have gone dark, vaults are being emptied, and overnight, the digital yuan is the only currency allowed. What used to be called your money no longer belongs to you, because right now, China isn't going digital, it's seizing control. What triggered Beijing to pull the plug on cash so suddenly and so ruthlessly? How are ordinary citizens surviving when their life savings are frozen overnight? And what does this mean for the future of money, not just in China, but everywhere? Let's start with what happened when people in China woke up and realized their cash had been quietly taken away. The morning ATMs went silent. It starts quietly. At exactly 4 a.m., Beijing time, the first armored vans roll into cities across China. They move in silence. No sirens, no announcements, just headlights cutting through empty streets and a fleet of government vehicles pulling up to local branches of ICBC, Bank of China, and China Construction Bank. Inside those banks, night shift workers are already under instruction. They have received sealed documents hours earlier, marked with our red characters. Class A, Financial Security Directive. The command is simple: disable all ATM access by 6 a.m. No exceptions, no delays, and that's exactly what happens. By the time the sun rises over Hangzhou, Nanjing, Chongqing, and parts of Shenzhen, the familiar green lights on ATM screens across the city have gone dark. People start their day as usual. Commuters stop to withdraw cash before work. Small business owners line up to grab change for the day's sales. Elderly citizens step up to machines to collect their pension money. But none of them succeed. Instead, the machines display a single jarring message. This service is no longer supported. Please use ECNY. No explanation, no redirect. Just a QR code, oak, and silence. Some people think it's a technical issue, a server problem. Others assume it's a power glitch. They wait, they refresh, they try again. Nothing. Then they start walking to other branches, to different kiosks, to underground ATMs still tucked into corner shops. Same message, same shutdown. By 7:15 a.m., panic begins to spread. Phone lines to local banks are jammed. WeChat groups fill with screenshots. Voice notes bounce around. Has your ATM stopped working? They're saying it's not a malfunction. I just tried 3 different banks, all offline. By 8 a.m., bank entrances across Chengdu and Xi'an are packed with people demanding answers. One man in Chengdu, a delivery driver named Liu Wen, captures a video outside a downtown branch. You can hear shouting in the background. They told us the machine is broken, he says, but it's not. They just shut it down, every single one. In the video, more than 40 people wait outside, clutching bank cards, holding phones, trying to refresh frozen apps. Some are workers, some are retirees. One woman starts crying. She was supposed to withdraw rent money for her landlord, in cash, by noon. The video goes viral almost immediately. It's reposted on Douyin, then Twitter, then Telegram. The hashtag #WhereIsMyCash begins trending. Not just in China, globally. By noon it's already gone, scrubbed, vanished from Chinese social media. Weibo users trying to search for it see a familiar phrase: this topic is temporarily unavailable due to relevant laws and regulations. In just a few hours, tens of millions of people across China realize something chilling. This isn't a system error. It's not maintenance. It's not fraud prevention. It's deliberate. Across the country, an entire infrastructure of cash distribution, hundreds of thousands of machines, terminals, back-end servers, cash dispensers, and even armored cash trucks has been switched off like a light. With no warning, no backup, no timeline for return, small store owners in Zhejiang report losing early morning customers who only had physical currency. A grandmother in Wuhan can't pay her neighborhood vegetable vendor. She offers a 50 yuan note, but the stall owner shakes his head. They came last night, told us not to accept bills. It's ECNY now, or nothing. Overnight, China's relationship with money has changed, not through public policy, not through market trends, but through the push of a button. And the most chilling part? Nobody asked for this. No vote, no televised address, not even a press release, just silence and a command. Because this isn't a technical failure, it's a blackout, and it's only phase 1. But turning off the machines is just the surface. What happens next hits even deeper. Vaults raided, bills seized. The ATM shutdowns were just the opening move. What comes next is faster, bolder, and more invasive than anyone expected. As citizens scramble to find working cash machines, the Chinese government quietly activates phase 2, physical cash seizure. not from the streets, but from the source. Across Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Nanjing, unmarked vehicles arrive outside major bank branches. Inside, executives receive sealed documents stamped with red ink. The heading reads, Operation UN Horizon. Below it, a direct order from the Central Financial Commission. Effective immediately, all vault-held physical currency is to be transferred to designated ECNY processing centers. Full compliance required. Deviation constitutes obstruction of national financial security. In simpler terms, empty your vaults. Now by 10:30 a.m., armored cash trucks begin arriving at select bank branches, not to deliver cash, but to collect it. These aren't the usual routes. These trucks are accompanied by armed officers from the People's Armed Police Force, not regular bank guards. Employees watch in silence as pallets of yuan notes, stacks of hundreds, thousands, sometimes millions, are loaded into vans, sealed with biometric tags, and driven off under military escort. No receipts, no documentation, no client consent. A junior bank manager in Suzhou, clearly shaken, leaks a voice memo to a friend abroad. It gets posted anonymously. We were told not to inform customers until the removal was complete. One woman started crying. She thought her wedding savings were being stolen, but we couldn't stop it. They said it was above us. In some cases, personal safe deposit boxes are opened. Not all, but enough to start rumors. Especially in Guangzhou, where several families with multi-generational savings stored in vaults report being contacted by officials. They're told their holdings will be evaluated for digital transition. No details provided. Even pawnshops, gold brokers, and cash-heavy businesses get the knock. In Jihan, a jade merchant named Chen Guoliang is ordered to turn over 320,000 yuan in paper currency from his office safe. He resists at first. Then they show him a government decree, signed, sealed, official. He has no choice. He hands it over. They scan it, record it, and hand him a QR code on a plain white sheet. They said the money will come back digitally, Chen recalls later. I haven't seen it. The code says processing, that's it. He can't pay his vendors, can't make payroll. One of his shop assistants has to use her personal Alipay account just to buy lunch. Back in Fuzhou, a family-owned funeral service is visited mid-morning. Their cash drawer, used for walk-in clients, is removed entirely. The father of the family says, "We deal with elderly clients, many only paying cash. What do I do? Refuse the burial over a QR code?" No answer, just a clipboard and a warning. Physical currency is no longer sovereign. By mid-afternoon, videos surface of vault doors being sealed with white tape, marked with government insignia. Some bank workers stare in disbelief, others simply look exhausted and resigned. A few still try to reassure customers. It's temporary, they say. The money will be converted soon. But no one really knows, because as far as the state is concerned, cash is no longer legal tender. It's no longer a medium of exchange or a store of value. It's not even yours anymore. It's state property pending digital verification. And the only thing scarier than watching your money vanish is being told it's still there, you just don't control it anymore, but even those who cooperate aren't spared, because the next step makes the digital yuan inescapable. Digital yuan or nothing. By 3 p.m., another wave hits. This time, it's not the banks, it's the apps. Across China, millions of smartphones buzz simultaneously. Notifications flood in from the country's largest financial platforms, ICBC, Bank of China, Alipay, and WeChat Pay. But these aren't security alerts or policy updates. These are system changes, forced, silent, absolute. When users open their apps, they don't see their usual dashboards, no balance summaries, no transaction history. Instead, they see a new screen, bold, unfamiliar, and unskippable. At the top, "Welcome to ECNY." Below it, a new interface showing a digital yuan wallet marked as active. There's no cancel, no opt-out, just 2 buttons, continue or verify identity. The shift is so seamless, it's almost surreal. It feels less like an update and more like someone flipped a switch. Then the real panic begins. Users try to check their savings accounts only to see a grayed-out message. Conversion pending, funds temporarily unavailable. Others try to make QR payments at stores like they do every day, but the screen freezes. A small red banner appears. Please activate your digital yuan wallet to continue. Bank transfers fail. Online payments crash. ATM withdrawals already blocked now have no fallback. Your entire financial life frozen until you agree. One university student in Wuhan posts on a Telegram channel. "My scholarship money came in today, but it's locked. The app says I need to accept the digital yuan first. What if I say no? She finds out fast. She tries to pay rent, but it fails. She buys lunch and it fails. She books a train ticket, blocked. Even her mobile data recharge has declined. She walks to a corner store and offers to pay in cash. The clerk points to a new sticker on the window, ECNY only, cash disabled. Her phone still shows a healthy balance, thousands of yuan, technically hers, but completely inaccessible, and it's not just her. A delivery driver in Chongqing is unable to receive payment for his shift. The app says his employer has switched to ECNY payroll only. A retired factory worker in Tianjin reports that his monthly pension deposit appears in his app, but he can't move it or spend it without linking it to the digital yuan interface. The screen reads, "To receive this payment, please authorize ECNY access." There's no fraud, no court order, no due process, just a locked screen and a condition. Give us control or lose access. Some try calling support lines. They're met with recorded messages. Your account is currently in transition. Thank you for upgrading to a secure, modern payment experience. Others head to physical banks, only to be told the same thing. We can't help you unless your ECNY wallet is active. And those who resist, they're simply left behind. This isn't a rollout, it's a takeover. There's no grace period, no warnings, no room for negotiation. Your old money is still there, but it's behind glass. You can see it, but you can't touch it. Not until you surrender control. Not until you say yes. And once you do, that's when the real consequences start. Control by code. Now the digital yuan isn't just the dominant currency. It's the only currency. And within hours of activation, its real purpose begins to show, because this isn't just a digital version of cash. It's programmable money, and those programs are now running in real time. In Guangzhou, multiple users started reporting strange messages in their banking apps. One man tries to buy a plane ticket twice for a quick round trip to Beijing. His wallet freezes. Suspicious travel pattern detected. Your ECNY wallet has been temporarily suspended for 72 hours. Just like that, he's grounded. No explanation, no appeal. Another woman in Hangzhou sends 5,000 yuan to her younger brother, who lives in a different province. The moment the transaction goes through, her screen flashes red. High-value transfers to unverified recipients may result in penalties. She doesn't know what the penalty is. She doesn't want to find out, so she deletes the app and switches off her phone, knowing full well that neither step will make a difference. In Foshan, shoppers at a grocery store reach the checkout line and scan their phones, only to watch their payments fail, one by one. The reason? Their monthly meat quota is already used up. Please adjust your purchase. You have exceeded the government-recommended dietary limit. Dietary limit, it's not a joke. The digital yuan has category controls coded directly into its functionality. If the system flags your spending as too high, too fast, or too off-pattern, it simply stops your money from working. And now, new restrictions begin activating, one by one. New digital yuan controls, now live expiration dates on money. Some funds now have a 30-day window before they disappear. A man in Chengdu watches his Spring Festival bonus vanish overnight because he waited too long to spend it. Geofencing. Your wallet only works inside the assigned districts. Try to use your funds outside your city or even in a restricted zone, and the transaction is blocked. A factory worker from Dongguan visits his hometown and finds he can't even buy a train ticket back. Daily spending caps. Want to buy a laptop, a fridge, anything above 2,000 yuan? Your wallet pauses and says, spending limit exceeded, try again tomorrow. Category restrictions. Certain items like alcohol for foreign luxury goods, online games, and unapproved digital content are now coded as non-eligible. You can try to buy them, but your money won't go through. This isn't a banking glitch, it's a feature. The digital yuan is designed to decide in real time what you can spend, where you can go, and how much freedom you're allowed. A middle-class couple in Shenzhen tries to plan a weekend trip. Their combined purchases for train tickets, hotel bookings, and out-of-city expenses hit the system's travel control limit. Their payments fail, so they stay home. Another man, a small clothing vendor in Changsha, is flagged for selling non-domestic goods. His wallet is suspended for re-evaluation. He's told to report to a local financial bureau for an interview. He never gets the money back. The digital yuan isn't just digital cash. It's a remote-controlled leash, a programmable chain that decides how long your money lasts, what it's allowed to do, and whether you're trusted enough to use it. And the scariest part? The rules aren't published. The algorithms aren't explained, the punishments aren't predictable, you just know when your money stops working. But while ordinary people scramble to adapt, Beijing says, nothing. The silence from Beijing, the panic below. All across China, people are demanding answers. Banks have been emptied, ATMs are frozen, wallets are locked, and cash, real, physical money, has become useless. You'd think the government would explain. You'd expect a statement from Beijing, a press briefing, a televised announcement, but instead, there's silence. State-run media barely mentions the shift. No coverage on CCTV, no debate on Xinhua, just a single line buried on page 7 of the People's Daily. The nation continues its advancement into intelligent finance. That's it. No mention of the chaos, no mention of citizens locked out of their savings, no explanation for why it had to happen overnight. Meanwhile, the streets are telling a very different story. In rural provinces, far from the city centers, the situation is turning grim. In Jiangxi, elderly residents gather outside a village co-op, waving cash bills they've saved for decades. They're told it's no longer accepted. They don't own smartphones, they can't download wallets, they can't buy food. In Anhui province, a family-run bakery hangs a handwritten sign on its storefront. Cash only, please help us. We don't have ECNY. The next day, local officials arrive. They issue a 2,000 yuan fine for refusing to comply with national financial standards. The bakery shuts down. They post one last message on WeChat. We just wanted to make bread, that's all. Inside the hospitals is no better. A doctor in Hunan province writes in a now-deleted blog post, "My hospital can't process insurance refunds for seniors. They don't have e-wallets. They're just stuck." One man said, "I served this country for 40 years. Now I can't pay for medicine." She ends her post with one line, "Is this what progress looks like?" And beneath the surface, a new form of rebellion begins to grow. People who once trusted the system start looking for alternatives. Underground crypto vendors report a 400% surge in requests for Bitcoin and USDT. Foreign remittance apps, long monitored but tolerated, begin to crash from overuse. Some Chinese users even dust off old hardware wallets and offline keys they never thought they'd use again. In the app stores, VPN downloads skyrocket. Everyone's trying to get outside the wall, just long enough to find a way to protect what's left of their wealth. But within hours, VPNs disappear from app listings. Websites are blocked, servers go dead. Because this isn't just a war on cash, it's a war on choice, and it's not about technology, it's about control. People aren't just losing money, they're losing trust. They're watching the ground shift beneath them, with no warning, no safety net, and no voice. And the people in power? They're not answering, because they don't have to. In China, silence isn't an absence of communication. It's a tactic, a signal that everything is going exactly as planned. And it might not stop here, because the real question is why China is doing this now. What Beijing may be preparing for, beneath the silence, is a storm, because this isn't just about streamlining payments, or embracing futuristic currency, or nudging people into digital convenience. This is preparation. According to insiders close to the Central Financial Commission, what we're witnessing may not be a reform at all. It's an emergency protocol, a controlled detonation triggered not to modernize the system, but to shield it. And when you zoom out, the signs are always there. Over the past few months, several regional banks in provinces like Henan and Guangxi have reported unusual liquidity shortfalls. Quiet closures, frozen accounts, technical upgrades that never reverse. Some bank managers stopped showing up to work altogether. Meanwhile, foreign debt pressure is mounting. After new rounds of US and EU sanctions, China's ability to access dollar reserves is weakening by the week. The yuan is under attack, imports are tightening, and global investors are pulling out faster than they're coming in. In that kind of climate, paper cash becomes a liability. It can't be tracked, it can't be controlled, it can leak, it can flee. But a programmable currency, with expiration dates, spending limits, and switch-off capabilities, that's airtight. It doesn't just stabilize the system, it locks it down. Insiders now believe the ECNY rollout isn't a standalone modernization. It's part of a larger firewall strategy designed to preempt total collapse. If a financial crisis hit, and the yuan begins to fall, China will already be in complete control of the money supply. No capital flight, no mass withdrawals, no sudden inflationary run, just a button and silence. And they've seen it before, abroad. In 2022, Lebanon's banks froze accounts during its collapse. Ordinary citizens couldn't withdraw their life savings. In 2016, India demonetized 86% of its physical currency overnight, sending tens of millions into chaos. Even Nigeria attempted a forced shift to digital in 2023, only to reverse course after violent protests. But China's move? Far more sweeping, far more permanent. There's no backpedal clause, no opt-out, no roadmap to return. Because this isn't just a financial shift, it's a firewall, a ring of code wrapped around the second largest economy on Earth, activated not in response to collapse, but in anticipation of it. In the name of stability, China is building a cage and locking its money inside, not later, not next year, now, and for the rest of the world watching. By the time we realize what's happened, Beijing may have already rewritten the rules of money. So what looks like innovation is really insulation. A firewall dressed up as progress. In just 24 hours, China didn't just change how people pay, it changed what it means to own money. When your currency can expire, freeze, or be denied based on your behavior, what you hold in your hand isn't wealth, and it's permission. And if this can happen overnight, in the world's second largest economy, it's only a matter of time before someone else decides your cash isn't yours either.